Hi there. So let me get us started. Hi, my name is Alexis Ramos. I work for the South Texas College Art Department, and I'm currently the Art Gallery Chair and Coordinator. And first things first, I want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing your students. Thank you for volunteering your partners and dragging them here. And first and foremost, obviously, thank you to our dean for making time to look at our art. We work very hard. And of course, I mean, thank you to all of our support staff, Angela, Jelly, Jen, right, for making this happen, for being here, Ed, for making the labels meticulously, fact-checking certain spellings, late Friday emails. This to us is a very special show, right? You guys are our students, and this is kind of our way of giving back to you so that you know who's teaching you, what our art practice is, what we're doing, you know, because I had a very cool conversation with Luis Corpus a little while back over drinks, and he said something, you know, I'm an art educator. And that really rung to me because it's like the title of artist, sometimes it doesn't feel like it really fits. And so that really resonated with me. Like, we are first and foremost art, right? But we don't always feel like artists because the idea of an artist means that you have to be making and practicing and putting out and doing all these things. But we're also here in the classrooms, right? Every day helping not just you, but you help us, you inspire us, and you keep us also grounded and keep our feet wet. And so, you know, I want to thank you guys, you know, our students and our faculty and all the people around us that are constantly pushing and influencing us to be better art educator or artist educators, you know, I would say. And so again, thank you to all of the faculty that made it out, right? We've got 2 faculty that have agreed to speak a little bit about their work. And of course, some of our faculty are here. You're welcome to abduct them and drag them, AKA Luis, to his piece and have him tell you more about it. So again, if you have any questions, again, thank you for coming. And if you wouldn't mind, you know, if you want to share a round of applause for all of you and all of our faculty, I wouldn't mind. So first up, I don't know where Chris went, so we'll start with Miss Leila Hernandez. She really wanted to speak about her piece. It's a very intimate piece, and she's very excited about it. So I'm gonna hand over this microphone, and I'm gonna let her take you away.
How are you gonna do it?
Do you want to stand by?
Sure, no, they told me to stand by here. Okay, hello, my name is Leila Hernandez. I teach photography and graphic design. Welcome everybody to the exhibit. I just wanted to share a little bit about my piece. The piece, it's located over there next to the 4, the one that has the blue. That one is an anthotype. It's actually a scan of an anthotype. This was work that I did in Penland. That I was there for the beginning of summer. And it's actually done with plant emulsion. We did it with spinach, that's why it looks green. And it's put out in the sun. There's a whole process about that. I'm very excited because I would like to show this process to my students, hopefully this semester. And what the piece is about my mother. And so the nice old lady that comes out in there, that's my mom. She passed about a year ago. And so the piece talks about communication. She was from Nicaragua, I'm from El Salvador. And she was a very strong lady, super strong, and sometimes our communication was a little bit difficult, but towards the end, you know, we had a very good rapport, and so that's why it has like these stamps from Nicaragua and stamps from El Salvador to talk about communication. I saw it like between 2 countries, but it's actually between like 2 worlds, you know, and it was really quite interesting to take care of her towards the end of her life and have that kind of situation that was very beautiful that happened. I also wanted to talk about that piece because I will be having a show about her in January. So I just wanted to introduce it a little bit. Thank you so much for your time. And I guess it's Chris is going to talk now. Where is he?
So many of you have taken Mr. Leonard, Chris, cat face vases, whatever you want to call it, but he shared one of his most recent paintings with us, and so I'm going to ask him to introduce his painting to you guys a little bit and talk about it. I was informed you would be talking, Chris. Am I wrong? It's okay to run away.
So I'm just supposed to ramble on about it?
Yeah.
Well, it also is like a lamentation of somebody who was passed on, but it was my dog, Gael. So there he is, the Super G in front of the house with a Grumman LLV delivering the newspaper, because in McAllen, an all-American city, a Let's Move city, inside this caring campus and beyond, we don't get a newspaper delivered anymore. Nobody walks to school and the newspaper isn't delivered. So that makes me a little sad, along with Gael, who always made me a little bit happy. And I think it was Joey that said, "That's your neighborhood, isn't it?" And it might be that house behind us. As I walk by Carl Vestweber's house down 8th Street in the morning sometimes, and then I make my way up across Hackberry, about a mile over there. There's this house that needs work, like many of our houses, like mine, needs work. And it's got the screen door hanging off of it, and it's bright green. It's like, man, that's cool. So I'll cut to the chase on this too. On the other one, I think there's a little piece, the second part of the table, and where is Dave? Dave's not here, which comes from, I could quiz Ed Garcia. Where does that come from? Dave's not here. Where is David Freeman? And he's up in Oklahoma. So I showed that piece in 2017, but it was only half finished. And David said, "No, put it in the show." So I put it in upside down. And then I had an opportunity to finish it. So there it is. I don't know how long the Grumman LLVs will roll down the road. I don't know how long the monitor will hold on where you can't find the football scores from Friday on Saturday until Saturday night, or unless you hunt around. But one loss is another opportunity. Has anybody seen my keys? Wait, they're in my pocket. I found them. Okay. Over and out. That's about the size of it.
I'll take that. All right. And I have, again, if any other faculty would like to go on record about their artwork, you are more than welcome to. But until then, I will throw Fabian Chavarria under the bus as he quite literally has the giant cup in the room. So it seems only fair that he should talk about it.
Hello everyone, my name is Fabian. As you guys can see, this is my artwork. One of the reasons why I created this particular piece is because when you're talking about Mexican culture and we have a diminutive of the word, that means that every time that we say something, we say, "Would you like a tacita de café," right? So what it translates is like a small cup of coffee. So the reason why I created this artwork is to give you guys a shock of what it is to be part of this Mexican culture that is a combination of Mexican and American culture. So what it represents is exactly that, like that shock that we constantly go through because we try to adapt to both a Mexican and American culture, and it's actually a direct representation of that. The other thing that you guys see on the wall is it comes from the perception of memory, right? That was kind of like part of my breakfast when I used to get when I was growing up. So it is actually that. Like I want my memories to be loud, to be colorful, because those things are part of my identity. Just to elaborate a little bit more in the process, that is a foam cup. So if I want to move it, I can actually pick it up. It's not that heavy. To elaborate a little more on the process, the reason why I'm using foam is because it's easy to work with. It's not really heavy. It's a little bit messy, but once you learn the process, it's fun. But my students have fight me into that concept. Every time that I say art is fun, you're like, we have a different representation of what fun is. So hopefully you guys get into that concept where, we're here to have fun, and I think that's my way of showing it. Okay, thank you guys.
So, like Fabian, my piece is quite literally taking over the gallery, my bad. But it also had to do with memory and sharing. Oral histories are one of those things that we take with us no matter where we go. And so in the Codex 956, these are stories that have been shared with me, with your grandmothers, with your grandfathers. Everyone has one. A visiting artist from New York City shared one with me one year where he said his grandma would put a bar of dial pink soap into his bed at night to help him with leg cramps because he was really tall. He was just like a sprout. And I haven't drawn his soap one, but he's from New York City, but he grew up in Tennessee, so that's still a folk remedy. And again, I hope that you guys take your time with STC and you take that memory with you and you take your faculty with you wherever you go. At least that's my life goal, that you remember us. I remember all of my faculty. And again, thank you for coming today. Thank you for listening to us. Did you want to go? Oh my God. All right. Woo. All right. I have to mic you, Miss Rachel. You have to mic me. I have to.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm pretty loud. Okay, hi everybody. My name is Miss Rachel Brown. I teach over at the Mid-Valley campus, so you probably are not familiar with my face if you're frequently here. Hi everybody. So I put together a series of botanical illustrations this year because I'm kind of embarking on a new exploration of flora and fauna and the natural amazing world that we have down here in the Rio Grande Valley. And because of the volunteer work that I've been doing at an organization called the Frontera Audubon Society in Weslaco, I've been pulling a lot of weeds. That's basically what I've been spending my free time doing for the past 9 months. And getting to know lots of new information about these weeds, and kind of also researching how do vines do what they do? How do vines vine? Because vines vine, it's a thing. They have a method, and it's kind of scientifically and botanically fascinating to me. And I wanted to kind of give a presentation of. I had 8 or 9 vines that I wanted to draw, but I only ended up having time to draw 5. And so I put in the botanical drawings for 5 of several really cool vines that exist here in the valley. Actually, also some not so cool, because even though they're pretty, they're highly invasive and actually really bad for our yards and our gardens and our trees. But then the other thing was just how cool the vines themselves are, right? And so as I was pulling vines that were being considered damaging or destructive to native plants, I asked the director of the Audubon Society, is it okay if I take these? She's like, yeah, go ahead, take them. So I collected the ones that were particularly kind of twisty, and some of them I measured because, for instance, this vine here, which is frequently just the common name is snail seed, Nephroia diversifolia, if you want the Latin. Anyway, everything on the website about native plants of Texas or plants of Texas says, 12 or 15 feet. No, this is the Rio Grande Valley. So not only we're in Texas, but we're also in the valley. So I was pulling these plants off of oak trees 35, 40 feet long. I'd literally like pull and pull and pull and keep pulling, and then I'd lay it all around along a path and actually measure it to see like, no, we have to redocument this stuff because it's actually much bigger and much more invasive. Like, oh no, it's just snail seed, it'll be okay. No, it's killing stuff out there. We need to work on it. So anyway, so that was one of the ones that was kind of a surprise and a shocker to me. But it just kind of taking the leftovers of that 35-foot coil that I had, and this is what I ended up putting in here. So anyway, I'm certainly by not any sense of the word an expert, but it's always cool to be exploring new ideas and new information and content, and so I kind of put that into my offering for the exhibit this year. So thank you very much. Okay, now I'm done. Oh, and you need the mic. You need the mic back. I'm gonna walk off with it. There you go.
All right. Any other volunteers to say a few words? You know? Right. You can? Okay. There.
And I think, I think when I got up today, I realized how important of a day it is because it's 9/11, and I remember being about a lot of your age, like I was like 21, I believe. And that was the first time in my life I had felt like our country can be vulnerable. And so I think it's important for us as, we go about our day, just remember like something like that, how huge it can be. And the idea that we should still stick together through the ups and downs, we're in it together. My artwork is the one that's on the other side. It's the one that has the water dripping. The water itself, it's physically the Rio Grande, so it's water that's collected from the Rio Grande. The image itself, it's made from carbon that's been ground up into ink. So the black that you see is also part of the Rio Grande. And I just thought somehow I would want to communicate on the duality. I hear people say, que no soy de aquí ni de allá, but I think it's more like I am from here and I am from over there. And so I think the metaphor of using the water, I think that's something that I think helps drive the work conceptually in a way that I would aim for other people outside of our region to see us, what we truly are and not what they hear about us. The image, you should find it familiar because I was taking inspiration from Michelangelo's Pieta. And so it's an image of, it looks like the Pieta, but it's the border Pieta. And I'm bringing it up also because our models are here. We have Betty right there. And then we have George right over there. Yo, okay, so I asked a couple of weeks ago, I asked who is willing to jump in the Rio Grande so I can photograph you for a drawing. They were the ones brave enough. Didn't hesitate. Betty was telling me she can't even swim. So it's amazing, I think, and I'm blessed in that regard. Thank you for both of you guys for doing it. Appreciate you guys.
All right. And with that, again, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. And have a great rest of your day and enjoy the artwork and take pictures and ask questions. Thank you.